Before we begin the next video, which you'll see after I give you the quick synopsis here, you're going to see King Solomon represented at different stages of his life, from young ruler to seasoned king. Each visual helps tell a different part of his journey. So focus closely on the wisdom, the principles, and the message behind each scene. Solomon built his kingdom using one eternal system that God revealed to me. It's called the Solomon Framework, and it's broken down like this. S stands for serve. O stands for observe. L stands for love. The next O stands for optimize. M stands for majestic. The next O, which is the last O, stands for offer. And then N stands for nourish. And in this video, you're going to see all those broken down. All right, now let's walk through how these 7 pillars shaped the greatest kingdom ever built. Thanks for listening. Before Solomon ever ruled with wisdom, he asked for it. When God offered him anything, Solomon didn't ask for wealth, power, or long life. He asked for understanding. And because he asked rightly, everything else followed. In business, asking God comes first. Solomon didn't lead from comfort. He led through service. He walked with his people, not above them, choosing to serve before commanding. Even the king labored with his hands because service builds trust. Provision was an act of leadership, not charity, service in motion. Before Solomon built a kingdom, he built a heart to serve. Solomon didn't rush to act. He paused to observe, because wisdom doesn't move fast, it moves accurately. Love welcomes before it requires. Solomon gave freely because love never counts the cost first. Love turns provision into loyalty and leadership into legacy. Solomon didn't guess how to build, he designed it. Every stone placed with intention, every instruction rooted in wisdom. Optimization is not speed, it is precision refined over time. Optimization is what turns daily labor into lasting legacy. Solomon's kingdom rolls through hands that worked and hearts that worshipped. Majestic is where human craftsmanship is elevated by divine consecration. Majestic leadership enters God's house clothed in honor, beauty, and reverence. Majestic is when unity and worship fills the same space as power. Majestic order is revealed when wisdom moves before words are spoken. Majestic glory settles where sacrifice, obedience, and presence meets. Solomon's greatest offer was never gold. It was wisdom freely given. He offered understanding first because wisdom always creates wealth later. When the people were ready, Solomon offered gold without hesitation. His offer matched his abundance, excellence given with intention. Give with integrity so every exchange creates value beyond the gift itself. Nourish begins with vision. Before food ever flows, a plan must be set. Nourish endures through faithful leadership, sustained over time. Nourish moves through systems, not miracles alone. Provision flows when many hands work in one direction. But the source of all nourishment is never the supply. It is God. Kings may organize provision, but only God releases it. Prayer is the unseen root of every visible harvest. N stands for nourish. Depend on God for provision and build systems that sustain what He supplies. All right, folks, thank you so much for listening to the Solomon Framework. I've got some other words for you. Hang tight. This will be really good because I'm going to explain the full Solomon Framework to you. So what you just witnessed, the full Solomon Framework, it wasn't just a collection of random moments. It wasn't just a theory, but it's a living system in motion. Every action, every decision, every standard that you saw working was together with purpose. It was not just symbolic storytelling alone. This is not just history, okay? It's a repeatable blueprint for leadership business, wealth, and legacy. A framework that's forged through wisdom, discipline, reverence, and intention. It's the same pattern available to you today. King Solomon didn't rise by accident. He didn't lead by charisma alone. He didn't build by luck. He built with structure, wisdom, reverence, and order. And that is exactly what this framework represents. So why the framework exists? Why does it exist? So I created the Solomon framework because most people are working hard but building nothing that lasts. I've done it. I mean, we all have. And most entrepreneurs have done it as well. The hustle, the chase of revenue, the scale fast, but get little results to nowhere faster. But little to nothing is built with wisdom that doesn't sustain. Solomon proves that success without wisdom collapses, but wisdom with structure multiplies across generations. This framework is not just about business. It's about leadership, systems, people, revenue, faith, and legacy. This framework's for builders, not dabblers. God is completely involved with this framework. And God is the one who showed me how to do the Solomon framework. So here's a quick testimony about this. God's the one who downloaded all these thoughts in my brain to break down the word Solomon into a framework. And what I knew of Solomon and how I knew of what Solomon did. And AI helped me with the syntax. So here for y'all is the Solomon framework broken down into modern day principles. S, serve. Everything begins with serve, everything. Solomon understood that leadership is not power over people, it's the responsibility for people. Today, serve means this. Great leaders will practice servant leadership. You lead by lifting others. You serve before you command. You support before you correct. In business, this would look like serving your clients before you sell to them, serving your audience before you monetize them, serving your team before you demand performance. The leaders who serve the best are the leaders who are followed the longest. Now we're moving on to the next letter, O for observe. Solomon moved with wisdom because he moved with awareness. Today, observe means you do not rush decisions. You study your numbers. You study your market. You listen to patterns. You learn from both success and failures. And that's okay. We have to learn from failures, which makes us stronger later, hopefully, if we're observing, if we're learning. Observation protects you from emotional mistakes. Remember, every time our emotions are on high, our intelligence is low. So remember this, wisdom always sees before it speaks. The next letter is L, love. Love is not emotion alone. It is loyalty in action. Today, love means this in leadership. Leaders must treat employees like royalty, not tools alone, and not just a number. You want to listen with empathy. You guide careers. You develop strengths in your employees or your business. You help people grow. You help your clients grow. Remember, love builds trust. Trust builds loyalty. Loyalty builds longevity. So now the next letter is O, optimize. Solomon he didn't just build, he refined. Today, optimize means this in business. Replace chaos with systems. Replace memory with automation. Replace guesswork with structure. This includes autoresponders, databases, CRMs, dashboards, and digital systems. Systems multiply effort while you sleep. Optimization is how small efforts become lasting results. Now we're moving on to the next letter, M, Majestic. Majestic is where excellence, beauty, and authority meet. Your product must carry a wow factor for your clients. Your branding must feel premium. Think about the high brands out there, what you buy, the things you spend a lot of money on. Why'd you buy it? Was it packaged correctly? Did you see all the majestic features about it? Think about it. Your presentation must command respect with this when you're presenting your products. Build majestically so your products reflect excellence and people are amazed at what they see. Now let's move to the next letter, which is O, offer. Solomon offered wisdom before he ever received gold. Okay, today, offer means you lead with value over price. It's very important, folks. Lead with value over price. Even if the price is high, the value must always be higher. So the value is higher than the price. Offer your products with integrity so every exchange creates lasting value. Remember that word, lasting value, far beyond the price you ask. I'll say it again. Offer your products with integrity so every exchange creates lasting value far beyond the price you ask. Now let's get into the next letter, N, which stands for nourish. Everything leads to nourish, the last letter, okay? Nourish is the sustaining engine of the entire framework. Today, nourish means building multiple recurring wealth engines. For example, coaching programs, monthly memberships, real estate investments, dividend income, franchise ownership, business ownership, mergers and acquisitions, strategic reinvestment. I'm talking so fast here. All with proper legal and financial structure, obviously. Nourish your business with recurring revenue consistently so what you build doesn't just grow, it endures and multiplies in value. Here's the faith connection for you. Solomon could build the system, but only God could release that provision. Systems multiply what God supplies. But systems can never replace God. You nourish your business with faith, prayer, stewardship, and obedience. That's how you want to nourish it, okay? Because God is over all, okay? When you ask God to help you make one of the first things you can do is to thank Him for what He has given you and ask Him, how can I serve my family, clients, and others in a way that will please Him? Always pray and ask God to help you build your business and cast your care upon Him because He cares for you. Remember in the Bible in 1 Peter 5:7, casting all your care upon Him, for He careth for you. Here's a personal challenge. I want you to think about this. Which letter of the Solomon framework are you neglecting right now? The letter you ignore will become your ceiling. Don't let that happen. So expand your mind and you will expand your business using the Solomon framework. Here's the conclusion of everything in this video. You want to build to impress God. You don't want to build to impress a crowd. You want to build under the servitude of God. Remember this too. You want to build to outlast a generation or two or three. Build to outlast your lifetime, and then you will know you have served well. Remember in Proverbs 13:22, it says, "A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children." It could also be a woman as well. "And the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just." So I'll say it again with the, sorry God, I'm going to modify this a little bit in my own crazy human way. Proverbs 13:22 says, "A good man," but I'm going to also add a good woman as well, "leaveth an inheritance to his children's children, and the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just." Lord knows what I mean by that. So this is the Solomon framework. S, serve. O, observe. L, love. O, optimize. M, majestic. O, offer. And N, nourish. And this is how godly kingdoms are built. Thank you so much for listening. God bless you. Have a great rest of your day or night. Take care. Hey, if the Solomon framework spoke to you, please leave a comment saying Solomon and let me know which pillar you want me to break down next. Thank you. God bless you. Thanks for your time.